Hello there, my name is Pavel Stermach and now we'll unveil the top news of recent days. Next week, NATO's Steadfast Defender 2024 exercise will begin, which will last until May. About 90,000 troops will take part in this exercise to be conducted in Germany, Poland and the Baltic countries. This is the largest exercise of the alliance since the end of the Cold War. The exercises will simulate the outbreak of war as a result of an attack by an enemy, similar to Russia, on one of their NATO member countries. The NATO will demonstrate its ability to strengthen the Euro-Atlantic area through their transatlantic movement of forces from North America.
It's actually not new because in our plans, in our strategy and our plans, we describe two threats, which is Russia and the terrorist groups. So we look at Russia as a threat for NATO, and therefore the plans that we have developed and that have been approved in Vilnius are to counter the threat. Amongst that is Russia. So the fact that we have to be ready for an attack from Russia is not news in itself, because that is what our plans are for. We are a defensive alliance, and we should be ready, and we are ready, but we are improving to be readier with more people, with better capabilities in certain areas, in terms of being ready for that possibility.
The precision and scale with which their plans suggest that the purpose far exceeds that of conventional exercises. At least 500 air combat operations are expected to be practiced. The Steadfast Defender was reported to be part of NATO's rapid transition from a crisis response to a military alliance prompted by the invasion of Ukraine. It was assumed that the exercises will take place in the spring of 2024, and 500 to 700 aircraft, more than 50 ships, and about 41,000 military personnel will take part in them. As stated, the training will take place in Germany, Poland and the Baltics. It was also emphasized that Sweden will take part in them. The exercises are designed to simulate potential maneuvers against an enemy created along the lines of a coalition led by Russia. Large-scale Steadfast Defender exercise is a response to threats to regional security posed by Russia's war against Ukraine, in response to which NATO will demonstrate its potential. Strengthening NATO is in Ukraine's national interest and increases the alliance's ability to support its member states in repelling Russian aggression. An artillery coalition in support of Ukraine was officially launched in Paris. The artillery coalition is headed by France and the United States. It has brought together 23 countries and will become one of the components of the contact group of defense of Ukraine in the Ramstein format.
It is very important for us to strengthen the firepower of the defense forces of Ukraine with the help of modern artillery systems that our partners can provide. Artillery installations previously received from partners demonstrated high efficiency in battles with the occupiers. Therefore, Ukraine is also interested both in purchasing them for its own needs and in deploying the production of individual samples on the territory of Ukraine. Ivan Havriluk, Deputy Minister of Defense of Ukraine.
During the opening of the International Artillery Coalition, representatives of 22 countries were present. Artillery Coalition member states are countries that have advanced technologies for the production of the best systems, ammunition, artillery reconnaissance, unmanned targeting systems, and fire control systems. The goal of this one coalition is to increase the capabilities of the defense forces of Ukraine through joint efforts to provide new artillery means to strengthen countermeasures against Russian aggression. Artillery is critical to combat land operations. The Artillery Coalition will make efforts to meet Ukraine's defense and counter-offensive needs during the 2024 campaign. The long-term goal of the coalition is the complete transition of Ukraine from Soviet to Western artillery and the achievement of NATO standards in this area. The goals of the Artillery Coalition are synchronized with the EU plans to provide Ukraine with 1 million shells by the spring of this year. France, which initiated the Artillery Coalition, stated that it would provide Ukraine with 40 Scalp long-range cruise missiles, as well as 50 Hammer-guided bombs each month. The European Parliament adopted a resolution calling on the European Council and EU member states to verify Hungary's possible violation of the Union's values. The European Parliament condemned the Hungarian government's deliberate, continuous and systematic efforts to undermine the EU's fundamental values. In the approved document, members of European Parliament expressed serious concerns about the further erosion of democracy, the rule of law and fundamental rights in Hungary. The authorities of this country systematically destroy European unity, in particular on the issue of supporting Ukraine in repelling Russian aggression. Hungary unreasonably blocked the possibility of allocating 50 billion euros to Ukraine last December. Members of the parliament called on the European Council to temporarily restrict Hungary's powers in the EU. In particular, the right to vote in the EU Council, the possibility of Hungary's presidency in the EU Council, and the opportunity for Viktor Orban to chair the European Council.
I have to tell you, giving in to the blackmail of Orban, like it happened in December, has to stop now. And also the compromises that have been put on the table to slice, to make a yearly portion of that money, or to give a midterm review on that money, are not a compromise, because it's simply opening the door for more blackmailing by Orban in the coming years.
The decision of the European Parliament is advisory in nature, but it is a serious warning to Budapest on the eve of the EU Special Summit, which will be held on February 1st, to reconsider the issue of allocating 50 billion euros to Ukraine under the Ukraine Facility Program. That concludes our today's video. Thank you for watching. Stay updated, comment, like and subscribe to our UATV English channel for more news from Ukraine. Your support really matters. Goodbye.